Hello everyone, this is Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, and I wanted to do something a little different today. I wanted to do a box score breakdown of the Buffalo Bills versus Pittsburgh Steelers preseason game. You can see up here at the top, the Bills won 9-3. It was, all field goals during that game. Bills got 3 field goals, and Pittsburgh Steelers got 1 field goal. Bills scored one in the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and Steelers got one in the second quarter, and that was it. If you scroll down here, looking at the Buffalo Bills passing, Mitch Trubisky went 9 of 13 for 86 yards, average of 6.6 yards per attempt. He also threw an interception and got sacked twice. And his passer rating was 55.3, which is not very good. And you got Ben DiNucci, went 3 for 5. He didn't really throw the ball too much. He mostly handed it off to the running backs because he's a new quarterback to the team this week. So Bills passing did not do very good. Pittsburgh Steelers, on the other hand, you have Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, who are in a competition for starting QB job for this team. Russell Wilson started off the game. He went 8 for 10 for 47 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, but he was sacked 3 times, which is not very good. Usually that's a stat against the offensive line. But his passer rating was 86.2, which is actually pretty good. And Justin Fields, he went 11 for 17, 92 yards. And he was sacked 1 time for 5 yards. He also did some running, but we'll go through that. His passer rating was 78.6, which is not too bad, but not great either. So it looks like Russell Wilson got the better of the day there for the starting QB job. If you go over here to the Buffalo Bills running, you got Ray Davis. He went 8 for 58. And a 7.3 yards per run, which is really good. I would say anything over really like 3.5 yards per run is really good. So 7.3, that's almost double, or that's more than double. And he had a long of 19 yards. Frank Gore Jr. also played really good. He had 8 carries for 41 yards and 5.1 per carry. Darrington Evans, 7 for 37, 5.3, also very good. James Cook, 6 for 25, 4.2, pretty good. Not great, though, for your starting running back, but that's okay. He wasn't in the game for very long. And then you got Pittsburgh Steelers, where Justin Fields, again, quarterback, but he ran the ball quite a bit, 8 for 42. Usually that's a sign that, his wide receivers were not open, so he decided to take off running the ball, and he ran for 5.3 yards per carry, which is good, but for a quarterback, that's expected. They also had LaMichael Pirine, who went 6 for 20 for 3.3. That's not very good. Najee Harris, 4 for 17, didn't run the ball much, but 4.3, not bad. And the other guys I don't really know that well. So we're going to move on to receiving. We got Bills, these guys didn't get very many receptions, 2 at the most for any player. Zach Davidson, 1 for 27, that huge catch that put him in field goal range there. And they got a field goal out of it. Quentin Morris, 2 for 20, that's good. Keon Coleman, only 1 catch, but he had 3 targets, so 2 of them were either dropped or not a good throw. And Quentin Morris, I guess he had 4 targets, only had 2 catches. And then everyone else only had 1 or 2 catches. So Dawson Knox, KJ Hamler, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and so on. We'll move over to Pittsburgh Steelers. You got Dez Fitzpatrick. Don't really know who he is, but he had 2 targets, 2 catches for 32 yards. It's pretty good. 19 yards at the most. Connor Hayward, 2 for 20 with 3 targets. Pretty good. Van Jefferson, saw him in quite a bit. He had 4 targets, 3 catches for 19 yards. Pretty good. Scotty Miller, 3 for 3, 18 yards. That's good. Jaylen Warren out of the backfield, 2 for 14. Pat Fryermuth, 1 for 10. And the rest of the guys I don't really know, so we won't go over. George Pickens down here, 1 for 4. Only had 2 targets. All right, we're going to go down. Looks like Pittsburgh Steelers had a fumble. Justin Fields fumbled it once, but he recovered it, so no harm there. Then we're going to go over to the Bills defense. Joe Andreessen, he was their rookie linebacker. He was undrafted. He had a great game. He pretty much played the whole game. He had 12 tackles. 7 of them were by himself, so 5 of them were assisted. And he had 2 tackles for loss. That's huge, huge game for him. Jamarcus Ingram had 9 tackles, total tackles, and 6 of them were by himself. He's a cornerback. Deion Jones, 5 tackles. Greg Rousseau had a great game. He only played the first quarter. He had 4 tackles, 2.5 sacks, which is huge in just 1 quarter. And 2 tackles for loss, which again, huge. And 3 quarterback hits. Kingsley Jonathan had a great game. 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits. Ed Oliver only played the first quarter, but had a hell of a game. Half a sack and 1 QB hit. Javon Solomon looks like he had 4 QB hits. That's big. Didn't really realize that while watching the game. Okay, not too much after that. And then we're going to move over to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Mark Robinson, 6 tackles. Ryan Watts, 6 tackles. Nick Herbig, 6 tackles. He had a sack and a half. That's a big game for him. And a tackle for loss, 2 QB hits. So he really showed himself out with the starting defense there. I'm not really sure any of these other guys. Someone had an interception on the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I don't see that stat on here. So I'm not sure who had the interception, but that was a good interception by them. Oh, here it is, down here. Okay, scroll down. Bills did not have any interceptions. Pittsburgh Steelers did. Miles Kilbrew had an interception. That was safety over top of Quentin Morris there. And Mitch Trubisky threw that interception to him. Kick returns, Andy Isabella, 2 for 35. Not going to talk about that too much. Pittsburgh Steelers had a couple kick returns. Some punt returns. Daquan Hardy, pretty good day for him. Punt returns for Pittsburgh Steelers. Tyler Bass went for 3 for 3 on field goals. And Chris Boswell went 1 for 2 on field goals. They only scored 3 points. Sam Martin had 5 punts. Cameron Johnson had 5 punts. And that's the game. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown for the Buffalo Bills and Pittsburgh Steelers. And again, this is Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Leave a like, comment. If you want me to break down any other games, I can do basketball. I can really do any sport, basketball, football, whatever you want. And have a great day, everyone. Bye.